Hey everyone, this is a full guide on how to complete the Corellian Corvette destruction mission. I will show how to get the badge, how to loot all 4 chests, and I will show the 2 locations where you can find the Rear Admirals / Nova Troopers for the Jedi Knight trials. I'm going to skip the part of getting the ticket as there's already a bunch of great guides on how to do that, and the Corvette is identical for all factions, so it doesn't matter if you're doing the Rebel, Imperial, or the neutral Corvette, it's all going to be the same. So let's get started. Once you load in, go through the door into the hallway and take your first right. Go left into the corridor and left again to the elevator. Take the elevator up. Here, you're going to take the first room on the right and you're going to open the chest and get the disc. Then you're going to go further down the hall to the second room. And this is where you can get your first loot chest, and this is also where the first Rear Admiral or Nova Trooper is for the Jedi Knight trials. Some servers do allow you to use the elevator in combat, so you might be able to skip this part, but my server does not allow it, so I will have to stop and kill everything whenever I need to use the elevator, as you will see throughout this video. Once you defeat everything, take the elevator down, go straight across, and in the room you're going to use the back computer on the left for the first code. You're going to want to write this down. That's the armory code. And then go to the back right, use that computer. You're going to have to use this computer twice. And this is the bridge code. You're also going to want to write that down as well. Leave the room, take the first door on the left, through the corridor, take a right. At the door, turn right, and then take your first left into another corridor, and then an immediate right. At the end of the corridor, turn right, then go to the first door on the left. On the far left side of the room, there's a droid that you'll have to loot. If you're playing on the SWG Infinity server, there is an optional mini-boss that was added on the opposite side of the room that can drop the Dr. Buffbot schematic. I need to kill everything anyway, so I usually grab the mini-boss and then just AoE everything down. Once you've defeated everything, go back into the corridor you came through, then take your first left and another left. Go to the end of the hallway, then take the elevator down. Go left through the corridor, then turn right. You're going to go through this long hallway as you see on the overhead map until you get to the room in the very back. Once you reach the room, defeat all of the super battle droids. There is one more hidden super battle droid in the room, so make sure you get that as well. Once all of the super battle droids are defeated, go into the engine room where you will find 2 droids. Drag and drop the droid maintenance module from your inventory that you looted earlier onto the R3 droid. Be very careful not to enter the room while you see the electricity, as you'll take a ton of damage and you'll probably die. Once the electricity is gone, enter the room and use the console. Go back out to the long hallway and run all the way back to the elevator where you came in. Go left into the corridor back towards the elevator, but rather than take the elevator, you're going to run past the elevator and take a left into another hallway. Go into the first room on the left and use the elevator control, then leave the room and go left. Follow the long hallway until you reach the other big room in the back. In this room, go up the ramp. Keep going and you will see a room. Go to the very back of the room and use the console. Select whichever of the 3 numbers is the highest. Leave the room and go back down the ramp. Follow the long hallway. At the end of the hallway, take a right into the corridor. At the circular room, go straight and slightly to the right into another corridor. Immediately to your right, you'll see a small room with a droid and a chest you can loot. This is the second and third spots you can loot. Go back to the corridor, and at the circular room, go straight and slightly to the right into another corridor and enter the room on the right. Use the console on the right and you'll get the code to the room with the second Rear Admiral or Nova Trooper for the Jedi Knight trials. Go ahead and write down this code. I decided to stop and defeat everything here since there were a lot of mobs. Go back to the circular room and take a sharp left. Use the console on the right, and this time you're going to select the lowest number. Keep moving forward into the next hallway. At the end of the hallway, go through the door, then straight through the second door. Go to the back left of the room to the locked door with the keypad. This is where you will enter the armory code. It should be the very first code you wrote down. At the right side of the room is the fourth and final chest you can loot. Leave the rooms and turn right. Take the elevator up. Enter the hallway off of the elevator and take your first left. The room on the right is where you will need the third code you wrote down. This is where the other Rear Admiral / Nova Trooper is located for the Jedi Knight trial. At At the end of the hallway is the bridge, which is the final room. This is where you will need that second code you wrote down at the beginning of the video. Use the terminal on the left wall and select the lowest number, and you will receive your completion badge. Now to defeat everything, and then I will show you how to leave. Once everything is defeated, go back through the hallway and take a right. Take the elevator down. Exit the elevator, then take your first right. And keep going straight until you get to the circular room. At the circular room, go straight and slightly to the right. Turn left out of the corridor, then turn right, and turn right again, and you will see the escape pod terminal. Use the terminal to leave. Once you are out, you can head back to the original person who gave you the Corvette ticket, and they will give you the schematic to craft the AV-21 Landspeeder. Alright, and that is it. That concludes the Corellian Corvette guide. Please leave a like on the video if this was helpful for you, and I hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.